Many people think the life of a pilot is exciting or scary, when in reality, it looks more like this. We may have some of the best views around, but there really isn't much going on for 90% of a pilot's day. It's the other 10% though, where things can get interesting. Many of the runways in Papua are some of the most challenging places a pilot could ever dream of taking an airplane. These runways exist to serve isolated communities deep in the mountains and jungles, far from any urban centers or existing roads. This is Larie, one of the newest airstrips in Papua. It is a narrow stretch of semi-flat, hard-packed dirt that has been scratched into existence along the top of a ridgeline. It's not long, it's not wide, and it isn't even straight, but for the people in this small village, this runway is a gateway to the outside world. On a map, many villages are only a few miles apart, but in reality, they are often separated by rivers and ravines, sometimes thousands of feet deep. Travel is difficult, and many Papuans live in isolation, part of a country they do not understand, and a world that doesn't even know they exist. Having a runway is like having a lifeline to the outside world, a chance to improve communication, enable commerce, and allow access to medical care and education. A runway puts a village on the map and is a source of pride for the entire community. The terrain made Larie a difficult place to build a runway, but the people did their best with what they had. After an outside consultant verified the airstrip was usable, it was my turn to put an airplane on it. I would be flying a Pilatus Porter, an aircraft known for its short field landing and takeoff capabilities. The Porter is not built for looks. It is rugged, durable, and designed to make landing at some of the most difficult runways in the world look easy. I began by flying a few passes overhead to get a feel for the approach and to see what the winds were doing. The position of the runway along a ridgeline is a recipe for crosswinds and turbulence to an airstrip that is already going to be a challenge. With all my scouting complete, it was time to line up for the real thing. This strip may be 50 feet wide with more than enough room to turn around, but when the edge of the runway is a cliff, it feels very small. This is a big day for the village. An airplane on the ground means that countless hours of work and planning has not been in vain.
Halo, selamat pagi. Selamat pagi. Ya.
Selamat datang, Bapak.
Ya, terima kasih banyak. Ya. Selamat pagi. Ya, selamat pagi juga.
Aduh, bisa
Selamat pagi ya. Oh, terima kasih ya. Terima kasih.
Ayo, permisi.
Ya, ya. Mantap ya. Terima kasih.
Pilot, shalom.
Ya, selamat siang.
Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Selamat buka.
Mantap.
Pilot, lapangan terbang ini, masyarakat desa lari sendiri ini, jalar, Kenyelengda ini, Wasumurki di bawah ini, Kenyelengda jalar di sebelah ini. Di sini tidak ada jaminan apapun, tidak ada jaminan. Cuma dasar hukum sebagai jaminan adalah kekayaan Tuhan sudah disediakan dalam tanah ini. Yang saya buka lapangan ini dan pesawat sudah mendarat melalui barang ini.
Terima kasih banyak. So pesawat lain datang di sini atau pertama?
If it looks like we are struggling to communicate, it's because neither of us are speaking our native tongue. The Papuans have many traditional languages and only learn Indonesian as a second language. It also doesn't help that my Indonesian is so bad he has no idea what I'm saying.
Apa yang kedua? Berizin Bapak nih,
Saya belum tahu, belum dengar Ibu.
Bapak saya belum terima baik dari pilot.
Okay.
Kata dari pilot.
Ya, saya mau just lihat, mau lihat lapangan, dan meriksa semua dan mengukur sedikit. But lapangan, is it's tidak halus, it's sumpit sedikit, tetapi saya pikir cukup baik. Saya mau jalan kaki dan just lihat semua kalau bisa.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih banyak semua. Berapa lama kamu kalian kerja di lapangan ini?
7 tahun.
7 tahun. Waktu lama.
7 tahun lebih.
Bagus.
Mau saya mandaru lu belum mandaru hebrik maaf atau
Truthfully, the challenges of landing here will prevent frequent operations. Not only is the size and shape of the runway a factor, but this valley is notorious for bad weather. Clouds can roll in quickly, and a runway that was open for landing can become fogged in a matter of minutes. At least one pilot has spent 3 days trapped in a nearby village, waiting for a break in the clouds to allow a safe departure. Lari will never become a major airport. Eventually, roads will come close enough that the need for aircraft will be limited to only the occasional emergency operation, and even that will fade. People will look back at the remnants of this airstrip and shake their heads in disbelief that it was ever used. But those days are still far away. For now, this is the first connection to the outside world, the people of Lari's doorway to the modern era, and a chance to determine what their place in it will be.